I am Brooks Ashmanskas, and I play Nigel Davies in Smash. It is not as outlandish as you think, sadly. And I think that's why people who work on Broadway really get it in a deep way, because it's not that outrageous. Everything that happens in the show, everyone's been through it to some degree or another.
Nobody wants to buy a ticket to a depressing show.
I can stay home and be depressed for free. I mean, I'm not, 15, let's be honest. And it's a lot. He has, and when he speaks, he goes on and on a little bit. He likes to hear the sound of his voice a little bit. So it's, vocally challenging and all of that. But I'm having a ball doing it. And I love the people who are in it. We have a great time. And that's really the most important part.
He's my big shot Valentine. Let's be back.
This season on Broadway has been an unbelievably, I think, impressive season. There have been so many, first of all, just the quantity, but the quality of it as well. So many great shows, so many great performances that it did not even cross my mind that I would be here.
Let me be your star.
It's an honor to be able to represent the show on a whole, because I'm very proud of it. I love the brilliant people I'm on stage with, and I'm amazed at what they're doing every night. And, that I get to be here is a lark and a perk to this work, and I'm thrilled to be here. So many great shows, so many great performances that it did not even cross my mind that I would be here.
Wow.
I mean it. So it was even more meaningful, more shocking, obviously, delightful, thrilling, and, this is what I do. This is the peak of our craft, if I may sound boring. And so that I get to do it is crazy enough. And then to be sort of appreciated is nice too. To the theater.
To the theater.
And N-E-I-O-U-I-O, you owe.
Who me oh, no you oh.
No, we all together.
My name is Danny Burstein. The show is Gypsy. I'm playing Herbie in Gypsy, and I'm nominated for Best Featured Actor in a Musical.
With Herbie's vim, Louise's verb.
Now all we need is someone with nerve.
It's an absolute joy to bring it to life every single night. I think I have the best job on Broadway because I get to fall in love with Audra McDonald 8 times a week. She's an old pal. We've been friends for about 30 years, and so falling in love with her is very, very easy because I love her so much. Bringing the show to life in this new way has been illuminating. The script comes to life in a very different way, having an African-American actress as our lead. There are things in it that I never would have noticed before. I think it really is a very special production. Our director, George C. Wolfe, has brought all this insight into it. It's such a pleasure to do the show. This is my 20th Broadway show, and sometimes you get into a run and you go, okay, this is every single night. The audience is screaming, jumping to their feet in the middle of the show. I've never seen anything like it. It actually is my 8th nomination, and it ties me with Jason Robards for the most nominations by a male performer. And that I was never expecting. I was never one of those kids who would sit, in front of the mirror with a hairbrush and go, I accept this award. That was never me. I just wanted to do the work. I tell you, it doesn't get old at all. It's a lovely pat on the back by the Broadway community, which I greatly appreciate.
Together, wherever we go.
I was a huge fan of the writers. They were working on in fringe venues in London for years, and I really was bowled over by what they were able to achieve just with a few bodies on stage. They played any gender. The comedy was so broad and so silly, and it really spoke to me on like a cellular level. So I lobbied them. I said, you guys have to let me join in. So then when they announced that they were writing a musical, I said, okay, great, well, I do musicals, so here I am. My young self, if I could tell my young self that this is where I am, he would believe me because he was very, very confident in his own abilities. But there was a point after I graduated drama school and I was still living at home. I wasn't in London then, I wasn't in the theatre scene, where I thought, oh, okay, this might not happen. And that's okay, and I have a lot of other passions, and I have a lot of other stuff that I can throw myself into, and this just might not happen for me. And then I discovered Operation Mincemeat and was cast in that show. And everything has gotten out of hand since then. I love New York. I especially love how much prestige is put on theatre in New York. People are really serious about theatre here. People love it, people appreciate it, people want to talk about it. I'm grateful for that. That's not my experience in London. So I'm really delighted to be here in this particularly amazing season at this time, with a show that I've put my whole heart into, with my best buddies and my little family who moved here with me. I'm delighted and overwhelmed.
I want to tell you the true story of the dead outlaw. I'm Jeb Brown. I'm nominated for Dead Outlaw. I play the band leader and a guy named Jarrett. These guys watered the garden of Dead Outlaw, if you will. We built this thing with a sort of an honest eye towards what we thought it should be, not pleasing anybody but ourselves, and so it's very, very gratifying to have the first downtown and now uptown say, "Oh, we like this thing," and it feels like a fresh take on what the musical theater can be.
Your mama's dead, your daddy's dead, they're all just dead, and so are you, and so are you.
It is a crazy, true story, and they wrote a bunch of songs based on the story that David Yazbek could not get out of his head. And those songs became a story with songs in cabaret settings. And then Idamar got involved and David Cromer got involved, and it became a piece of theater.
When you're describing the music of the show, what do you tell people?
She'll be waiting there for me.
Rootsy Americana foundation to it all. These are songs like they would have written for their band. And then, because it's Yazbek, he also can throw in a little Bobby Darin and a little Gilbert and Sullivan and some little touches of other things that we're more familiar with in the musical theater. It's a terrific time every night. You know, I have the good fortune of stepping on stage and not leaving the stage for about 100 minutes. That sounds like a tough assignment. I think it's the best job on Broadway because I get to stand out there and enjoy my colleagues doing what they're doing nightly. They're fantastic, each and every one of them, and there's so much variety in the show, as you mentioned. So I'm just having a ball out there, taking it all in.
I don't think in a million years I thought this would happen. I feel so lucky to be here, and it feels doubly special to be nominated in a year when so many of my friends are also nominated. Kimberly Bellflower, who wrote John Proctor's The Villain, was my first roommate in New York City. So things like that, like little reminders of how far we've come, feel really special.
If I follow that sound, I could find what I'm looking for.
I like to think of myself as being like, I'm one of the young ones. And then I see Louis McCartney and I'm like, oh, nope, you're a young one. I'm creeping up there. Like, what an exciting crop of really cool, daring theater. I mean, like having something like Oh Mary on Broadway feels kind of punk rock. Because what a dream scene partner. You're right, there's something, I think he's found actually like an enormous amount of freedom in being so confined. There are scenes where there's just a spotlight on his face, and yet he fills up this like enormous theater. It's I think a career best performance from him.
They're coming